In this constantly changing world, life and personal values can seem more than a little unstable. Just when you think you have it all figured out, then everything changes. Sometimes life can seem overwhelming. Well, the good news is you can change your life. You have within you the power to learn how to flow with the changes and smooth out the bumps of life. You can experience the joy, peace, health, and abundance you deserve. You were created to be happy and productive. That urge to grow and express yourself was put there for a reason. Learn the spiritual principles that can help you not just to survive, but thrive in this changing world. At Unity, we'd like to help you do just that.
Imagine a spiritual path that honors the universal truths in all religions, that sees we are all one. Imagine a movement that respects each person's right to choose their spiritual path. Imagine a spiritual movement that empowers and unites rather than divides. This is Unity. For more than a century, Unity has offered a positive, practical, and progressive approach to understanding and applying the teachings of Jesus and other spiritual masters.
As you listen to the sound of my voice, gently close your eyes and relax more and more with each breath. Allow your entire body to settle and relax comfortably. Now take a deep breath, allowing your lungs to fill. And now take a deep exhale. Follow your breath in and out, allowing each breath to refresh you. With your eyes closed or just barely open, begin to shift your attention away from the world around you to your inner world of sensations, imaginations, and enthusiasm. Inhale and exhale. Allow your imagination to take you out into the woods for an adventure. It's your perfect kind of day to be outside. It's gorgeous, and the temperature feels great. The sky is brilliant. The sunlight surrounds you with healing light, and it warms you through and through. The clouds form into all sorts of shapes, and your worries and concerns evaporate, floating into the ethers. Your mind clears like the depth and expanse of the infinite sky. The trees are magnificent, and the woods are brimming with life. It smells delightful. It's your own private hideaway. Inhale and exhale. Imagine yourself walking along a path. Take the time to notice what it's like. And with each step you take, notice how you feel more and more alive. And you find it hard not to smile. Walking feels effortlessly invigorating. It's like you're gliding on a magic carpet. And as you continue walking, any tiredness or sadness melts away. And more you begin to feel renewed and revived with boundless energy. You start to feel excitement and enthusiasm building inside of you. There is a joy in your step, and it feels great to be here. Inhale and exhale. Looking around, notice your surroundings. There are many types of trees, all different shapes and sizes. Each one is inspiring in its own special way. And perhaps there's a rainbow or wildflowers smiling and dancing in the light. And the smell of the woods comes alive. Inhale and exhale. In this extraordinary space, you begin to feel lighter. And as you feel the surge of life pulsing through you, your energy is being replenished. And each time you breathe, you can tell you are completely restored from the deep inside, from an unending and powerful source of energy and vitality. And you feel your energy and enthusiasm pouring back to you. And you continue on with courage and a willingness to trust, confidently knowing you can more than handle anything that's coming ahead. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Now it's time to come back from your walk. And as you do, you notice how your energy and resourcefulness has expanded. And you know you can come back again and again. And each time you do, your experience will deepen and grow. Whenever you're ready, you can begin to stretch and move, feeling full of life, full of enthusiasm and joy, alert and ready for whatever comes next. With the next set of inhalations, stretch your body out. Slowly open your eyes, knowing that all is well. Namaste.
Well, hello, and welcome to Unity of Chicago South. I'm Reverend R. Kent Turner, today's speaker. Let's start off by saying a positive and powerful thank you to Reverend Stephanie for taking us on a wonderful, enthusiastic journey on the mountain. Let me get a little water. It seems like I'm stumbling here, huh? I want to remind you that our divine task here in Unity of Chicago South is to take the spiritual practice often referred to as New Thought, to take it beyond any brick and mortar walls. We do this by live streaming Sundays at 11 a.m. from our website, unityocs.org. All of that leads us here to this point where we take a moment, we try to do this on a regular basis, take a moment to remind you that there is an infinite source available to everyone. It is there for those who seek it, no matter their race, their gender, or their religion. Believe what you may, but know that the source of the universe is also the source of each of us. Therefore, the principle supporting the stars is the principle supporting and available to each of us. As I declare this statement in the first person, I declare it for all. I am open and receptive to this divine living principle. Mother, Father, God, I am grateful. This is my declaration. This is my truth. And as I accept it, so it becomes. And all is well, and well indeed. The author of today's poem is Aaron Lee Brown. Order, order is my mind's cry. In chaos is where my thoughts will lie. A rush, a thrill, a pumping heart, troubles be gone and forth depart. A fit, a rage, an inward fight, so strong to tear my sleep from night. The sun, the birds, and morrow's thrill will all at once make nightmares real. But why this uneasy fray has come upon me this day? Hyde or Jekyll, I can't decide. My choices oppose and soon collide. To hide, to show my feelings true, or let them stay without a clue. I think I know a peaceful rest where ne'er be found within my chest. Searching for peace. Yes. From the book, God Always Says Yes, the author reminds us that there is a divine greatness that comes with our arrival on this earth plane. And that greatness is housed in sort of a spiritual safe. And the power is we are our own combination for locking or unlocking this spiritual greatness within us. This is truly a reason for the expression of zeal, a reason for the embrace of enthusiasm. Jesus tells us in Scripture that he believes in his own worthiness. And he knew that he could do the work that was before him. Worthy to go to the source himself. In John 14, it begins 14:12 begins with, "Verily, verily, I tell you, whoever believes in me will do the works I have been doing. And they will do even greater works than these, because I am going to the Father." And he suggests to others to do the same thing, to go to the Father for answers. In 1 John 4, it begins with, "Ye are of God, little children, and have overcome them, because greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world." Ponder that a minute. Ye are of God. Ye are of spirit, and that spirit in you is greater than anything you can face. That's rough. But there's the safe that's inside. That spirit is locked in. Scripture tells us that God is the equalizer when faced with troubles and challenging experiences. See, life moves through phases and experiences. Sometimes with those experiences comes frustration and also pleasure. Sometimes those experiences bring forth disappointment, but sometimes success. Sometimes those experiences bring forth heartache, but they also can bring forth joy. Our New Thought author who wrote the book, God Always Says Yes, calls our untouchable self within our spiritual safe and equalizer. Our untouchable self within, that spiritual self within in that safe, is our equalizer. We commonly refer to this presence as the Christ consciousness. It is the consciousness that searches for the good within situations. Let me say that one more time. It is the consciousness that searches for the good within the situation. Sometimes we get hung up in, I've got to find the good, I've got to find the good, I've got to find the good. That's what they teach me, that's what they say. But when we understand the entire process and who and what we are, it is the Christ consciousness, when we allow it, that gets and finds the good and explains it, gives it, lays it out for us to see. And when we're able to unlock that presence, that Christ consciousness within us, we become consciously connected. And that's what allows us to experience the good that's in the situations. But this process requires developing our innate inner strength. Developing our innate inner strength, which lends support. Let's get this. I develop it. It's already there. It's my inner strength. And when I do that, it provides me with support so that you may meet the challenges as they arrive. Oh, so often we wait till the challenge and we become prayerful and we become meditative and we become looking for the silence. But what it's saying here is that it is the development of this Christ consciousness. It is working to unlock that spiritual safe, holding our potentiality. That's the goal. And then when we achieve that, and as we are achieving that, that is what goes into the situation, finds the good and brings it back and says, hey, that's not so bad, is it? You say, oh, wow. Now, when we're there, it doesn't take long, but when we're not there, it may take months, it might take days, it may take hours to say, yeah, that's not so bad. But we don't understand that it was never that bad even at the beginning, you see. When we start learning to live from that inner truth of that inner equalizer, when we start learning that it requires a foundation of zeal, of enthusiasm. It requires zeal and enthusiasm to live from that place that has all that we need. When we think about it, when we accept it, all that we need is in us. My job is to develop it and unlock it. You see how exciting that becomes. See, when we understand that, we find out that it includes so many things. It includes the faith to believe. That's that joy, the faith to believe. It includes the love, that zeal, that enthusiasm, the love to release. And we find in that enthusiasm and in that zeal the power to continue on. See, we're never the same after a challenge. We will always be greater or lesser, but we do not stay the same. Challenges allow us to release a portion of the unserving consciousness of negative thoughts and feelings. Challenges allow us to release the unserving consciousness of negative thoughts and negative feelings. This release, now stay with me, let's work this through. This release makes room for the expression of greater good in our life, in our affair, and in our world. Stop right here for a moment. We've heard this before. I believe they still teach science. Two objects cannot occupy the same space at the same time. So my release of these negative feelings and negative thoughts allows space for new thoughts and new feelings to occupy. It's scientific. See, one of our greatest inhibitors is holding on, willfully or not, holding on to the past. Now, as we learn to surrender the past, we strengthen our ability to go forward. No hand should be on the plow looking backwards. No hand should be on the plow looking backwards. When we are able to release that, we can realize that the power of the past is limited to the power we give it permission to have. The power of the past is limited. I didn't say it doesn't exist. I didn't say it can't bother you. I didn't say it can't inhibit you. But we understand that it does have power, but we're the ones that give it the power. See, on its own, it does not have the strength to hold us. It does not have the strength to prevent us from change. Now, one of the steps of surrender is to connect with our spiritual center, that Christ consciousness. Yes. See, that's a consciousness that in reality is never humiliated. You say, well, let me make sense of this. They humiliated me, and I don't want to have anything to do with them, even if it's for my good at this time. And I'm saying to you that within you, the Christ consciousness within you, was never humiliated. That was your human. That was your ego. It wasn't the consciousness of the Christ that dwells within you. It's never insulted. It's never degraded. It understands not releasing and not reaching the mark still stretches us further than we were before we tried. It finds the good in the situation. So I didn't make it. I didn't get what I wanted. It didn't happen, but you stretched, and in that stretching, the Christ consciousness can find the goodness in your stretching while you're dealing with the negativity in your failing. I'm only talking to me, right? I'm only talking to me. But again, we're talking about two objects occupying the same space at the same time. I've lost it, so I have space now. The loss clears the space to house bigger gains. Are you getting enthusiastic yet? Is your zeal bubbling yet? See, when we have bigger gains, we know that your put down to me need not be held in my consciousness. We began to understand that the past has the ability to draw us in and hold us in its quicksand when we give it the power to do so. A part of healing from the past, from the issues holding us, is to let go of lingering, of laying in the quicksand of past pain. I want to stay there. It feels good. I can wallow in it. But I want to heal too. But I can't heal if I keep laying in it. I have to get out of the quicksand, the spiritual quicksand that's holding me in the past, because it's my quicksand that I have created. A part of healing is to consciously move into the flow of the ever unfolding divine energy of the Christ consciousness that dwells within us, locked in a safe that we have the combination to open fully. When we allow the past to consciously in, we can fully be present in the now. When we allow the past to consciously in, I'm done, I'm through. I'm not mad, I'm not upset, I'm just letting it go. I'm just letting it go. I'm surrendering it. I'm not holding it. I'm not going to take it with me anymore. I'm letting go of the cart, my wagon with all the past in it. I'm just dropping it down. I'm not mad at the wagon, but I just don't want to pull it anymore. When that happens, then you can become fully, we're saying fully present in the now. Because see, it is in the now that we can touch the spiritual hem of the Christ consciousness. It's in the now. Our unfoldment, your unfoldment, my unfoldment is personal, and it requires us to be present. We have to be present. In this inside process, we are working toward conscious contact with the Christ consciousness. You should be excited about now. You should be enthusiastic about the possibility of being in the now and letting the past go right about now. See, our work, your work, my work, is to accept the truth that divine mind is within us. I got to work to let go. Divine mind is within you. It's within me. It's ready to do the work if I allow it, if I develop my conscious connection with it, if I say yes, because God, as she said, always says yes. Our work, my work, your work, is to develop a conscious relationship with our divine aspects the aspect of love, of faith, of inner peace, of zeal, of enthusiasm, and that all helps us live in an expressed hope, consciousness. See, these divine attributes that I talked about, love and peace and joy and, and enthusiasm, they help us develop the strength to stand in the midst of the external as well as the internal challenges. The challenges of the strong winds of disappointment, of change, and of setbacks. Through our practices, through our study, and through the stillness, these are the steps that create a consciousness of being able to bend but not break in the face of challenges and change. There is within you, there is within me a spiritual safe that holds an untouchable consciousness. Think about it, an untouchable. No matter what happens out here, this Christ consciousness, as we call it, is untouched. It is focused on the truth. It finds the truth wherever it's allowed to expand itself in. But the thing about it, that I am the only one for me, and you are the only one for you, that can release the contents of this spiritual, dynamic power into our life experience. And I'll go one step further. This is the part that hurts a lot. It's my choice to let it go. It's my choice to let it come forth. It's my choice to live from it. It's my choice to develop it. It's my choice to develop an understanding. It's your choice to live with it. It's your choice to let it go. It's your choice to invoke it into your experiences. It's your choice to develop it. So the question becomes for you, and the question becomes for me, are you, am I, committed to fully allowing your divine essence into your life experience? Not just when it's trouble, not just when it's tough going, but every day. As they say, every day and every way are you willing to allow it. You say, how do I do that? First of all, you develop a consciousness of that it's there. Start with that. And practice developing understanding that it's there no matter what. It's never been hurt. It's never been discouraged. It's never been let down. It's never been any of the things that you've experienced that I've experienced in our life experience. So it's waiting in its purity to invoke itself into our life experience when we give it permission. Are you ready to permit it? It's ready to answer any of your calls at this moment, right now, in this time. And you and I are the only ones with the combination. I'm the only one with my combination. You're the only one with your combination. Now you can be assisted. I can be assisted. I'm assisted regularly, but only with your permission, only with my permission can it be released. If that's not something to be enthusiastic about, if that's not something to be zealous about, to have zeal and joy about, I'm not sure what is. There is within you a power that has never been touched by the negativity that has happened in your life, and it's ready to come forth and show you the way to pure joy, to pure happiness, to pure success, if you're willing to develop the relation, not develop it because you can't, but develop your relationship with it, your conscious relationship with it. Well, I am so enthusiastic at this moment, knowing that I have within me the answer to all the issues that I might face in life. I'm going to work hard to continue to develop it so it can come forward. Not develop it, develop my relationship with it, develop my connection with it on a conscious level so I know that it can come forth. So in the midst of smack happening in my life, I can say, wait a minute, hold it. There's something within me that can deal with this. I can't deal with it right now, but there's something within me. Let me relax and allow it to take over. I want to thank you so much for your consciousness today, your presence today. And we here hope that your consciousness has been uplifted. And for the Unity of Chicago South spiritual community, Beyond Walls spiritual community, I want to say this is Reverend R. Ken, and I bid you namaste. Blessings and bliss until next time.